Welcome to podcast number 123 of the Texas Hemp Show podcast. I'm Russell Dowden, publisher and editor for the Texas Hemp Reporter magazine. And we just got out our 17th edition, just dropped here in Houston, San Antonio, and Austin, as well as Dallas this week. This is the April edition of the Texas Hemp Reporter. So this issue is making its way around the state in the CBD and smoke shops around, again, Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. But podcast 122 this week on the show. My co-host Rachel Nelson decided to come say hi in the studio this week. How are you, Rachel?
Great. How are you, Russell?
Good. Thanks for coming in. We put you over there on that side of the room now.
I know. I really love the vibe in here. It's really coming along.
Yeah, we're just stepping up our production game over here at the studio, and part of that, I guess, is one of the reasons we're doing that is because some of the moves that we've made recently is that we're teamed up with, a few weeks ago I was over there with an episode with J-Man and Dalton up in Dallas for the Weed and Whiskey.tv episode that I was on, and we really hit it off with those guys. They want to take advantage of our content on their platform.
Nice.
So Weed and Whiskey TV is on Roku and YouTube. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on any Roku television. But they have given Carl and I a channel on Weed and Whiskey TV, and basically we can upload our shows every week and put them there. And so anybody who's already watching any of the other shows that are on Weed and Whiskey TV, they'll be able to, find our content on there as well. And then we teamed back up with our friends at Waterloo Media. And before we were on, in 2021, we were on KLBJ on Sunday mornings, very early, at like 6 in the morning early, like way early. And but then they reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked if I would be interested in a 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. slot on ESPN, their sports affiliate. And I said, yeah, that's a little better of a slot. And the deal they gave me was a little better too. So
nice. So
now we'll be on the air with Weed and Whiskey, and then on the terrestrial radio here at 102.7 ESPN Austin. So that's a new feature there too. So anyway, we're just plugging along with our podcast and growing the show a little bit here. And so that's just some of the new stuff that's been going on. We've got a big remote next Thursday with J Hart.
Counting down the days.
Yeah, we've got a 420 event at J Hart CBD here in Cedar Park in the Austin area, and we're going to be out there with the Texas Green Machine. That's our car. And then we've got a new tent that we've set up out there. So we're just growing the business along here as we're in our third year. It's just exciting to see some of the things coming together. But let's jump in here and talk to our guests. We have a couple of pair of actually clients of ours and friends of ours that are in the space. We're going to be talking with Paul Trowe of the Herban Bud. He's got a great brand, very popular. One of his products is like a moon rock thing, and we'll have Paul tell us about that because I've tried those. Those are very popular. Also joining us in the second half of the hour will be Lisa Hilton with Hemplication. She's got a big 420 event coming up there in Houston, and she'll be telling us about that. But joining us this week is Paul. How am I pronouncing that last name right, Paul? Am I getting that right?
It's Trowe. It's Trowe.
Trowe. Okay. Well, good to have you on the show, my friend. And I guess tell us about your brand and how you kind of got into the space, I guess.
Well, first of all, thank you for letting me be here. I grace these microphones with the popular, agricultural commissioner for the state of Texas, Andrew D'Angelo. I think you've interviewed, Cheech and Chong. Yeah. So just being here is really, really special and grateful. So thank you.
Yes, podcast 33 was the Sid Miller is our agriculture commissioner here, and I believe Sid Miller was on podcast number 33, and then we had somewhere around 34 or 35 the following week, Paul. It was Tommy Chong, and then later it was Cheech. But we've had some fun with this show. We've certainly had some great guests, but two great guests today, Paul, and you and Lisa. So tell us a little bit about how you got into this space. Sure. It's funny, we all get into the cannabis either for physical wellness and health reasons, which I think Lisa's story will say, and when we get to talking to her story. for me, it was publishing, and kind of COVID really changed the game in my publishing business. What was it for you that kind of got you into the space after the Farm Bill?
I'll tell you, I spoke with Heather Fazio from, she used to work at Marijuana Policy Project. Now she works for Texas for Responsible Marijuana Policy. And I said, Heather, I'm thinking about retiring from the video game industry. I thought about doing one more company just to, make cannabis products available to the masses with delivery. I'm thinking about moving to Oklahoma and doing it. And she said, no, don't move to Oklahoma. She said, you should start here with hemp. And I said, yeah, but hemp doesn't get you high. And she said, clearly you're ignorant and you don't know what you're talking about. Go do your research and then come back and talk to me, and we'll see if there's a business there. So I did. I spent 2 years going to every single CBD and marijuana and cannabis trade show, visiting countless farms, extraction facilities, getting thousands of samples. And sure enough, she was absolutely right. And when I started the company, I wanted to start a company that created hemp-derived cannabinoid-based products, either equally as strong or stronger than those in states like Colorado, Oklahoma, California, Oregon, Washington, et cetera. Because in 2005, I brought back my THC pills back from California and was charged with a second-degree felony, mandatory minimum of 10 years in prison. And with hemp, with the ability to create products from hemp that are equally as strong, if not stronger than those products, we want to dissuade people from, smuggling their medicine or their recreational products in from those states. And we've definitely accomplished our mission with our product lineup.
Well, you got a great brand, and I've seen your products. It's funny, one of my other clients is Ryan with Twisted CBD, and he's got a slushy product actually. And when I met Ryan, we went down to the Round Rock store. iVape, yes, and that was where we found your rock moon. Is it moon rocks? Is that?
No, they're diamonds.
They're diamonds. Yes, I don't use them. I smoked some of those of your product there with those guys when I met everybody over there, and those are very popular.
Yeah, and they're pretty potent too. I mean, it's 98.87% THC. So I would hope that they're pretty strong.
Yeah, they
one of the strongest products we have.
Yeah, they are, and I'm trying to look up right here in the magazine your ad. I wanted to see though if here it is. What is that brand called? Cali Green.
That's our Cali. So we have multiple brands. Herban Bud is one brand. Cali Green Gold is another brand.
Cali Green Gold.
So we put the diamonds into our Cali Green Gold brand.
Yeah, they're very popular. They're excellent packaging. I mean, the Cali Green Gold is. These are the diamonds you put in your glass pipe. They kind of melt.
Your dab rig, or you can pop of a bowl,
Yeah.
Or your water pipe, whatever.
I'm not familiar with diamonds. I haven't heard.
They're
the term.
cool.
Is it dabs? Is it little wax?
Yeah, they're little tiny crystals. Like the bigger ones look like those Breaking Bad golf ball size rocks.
Okay.
Those are bleached. We don't use those. We actually extract THCA from the hemp flower, which is why all of our diamonds, they're much smaller, but they're very, very strong with the terpenes in them.
Nice.
Yeah, I was kind of scared to take a big whack of that, but I did do a little one, and then I went into doing a little promo thing for Twisted CBD. But look, stay right there, guys. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here on the Texas Hemp Show, and come back on the other side with more from our guests. This is the new clock format we're following with our friends here at ESPN 1027. So we'll take a quick commercial break. Podcast 122 this week on the Texas Hemp Show. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back on the other side.
I am just a cowboy, lonesome.
Hey, this is Cheech Marin, and you're listening to the Texas Hemp Show.
The Texas Hemp Show is brought to you by your friends at CBD Pros USA, your cannabis experts. Right now, you can save 50% off any one product if you mention the Texas Hemp Show. That's right, 50% off anything on the online store menu. Nano Tincture, watermelon gummies, our Brio Drift moisturizing cream, any single item, 50% off. That's CBD Pros. CBD is present in more significant quantities CBDs in hemp than marijuana. And because it's non-psychoactive, CBD is widely regarded as the cannabinoid with the most health potential by researchers. If you'd like to learn more about CBD and our products at CBD Pros, you can read our education page and browse some of our products to learn more. Visit CBDProsUSA.com. That's CBDProsUSA.com.
Big Sky Scientific is offering Texas a Big Sky discount on all full spectrum distillate and isolate CBD oils. Does your CBD supplier actually produce their own CBD, or do they simply outsource from other wholesalers within the industry? We are offering store owners in Texas and retailers our CBD CBG Isomax, CBN Isomax, and our broad spectrum super premium extract. All of Big Sky Scientific products are over 95% CBD with minor cannabinoids present at 1%. CBN, CBG, CBN, CBT, and THC levels below 1%. Call Big Sky Sci for more info on our CBD extraction services and high-quality CBD oils. Big Sky distributes to the world's largest CBD manufacturers and is ready to distribute and work with Texas farmers today. Call Big Sky Sci at 406-578-4900. That's 406-578-4900. Big Sky Scientific.
Smile and Wellness is a proud sponsor of the Texas Hemp Show and has earned a reputation for creating future-minded CBD and Delta innovations. From broad-spectrum CBD to a wide variety of recreational products, Smilin offers the best experience while matching the needs of consumers across the board. Are you a fan of edibles? The Smilin connection of in-demand hemp-derived goodies are bursting with flavor, fun to consume, drive long-lasting results, and provide just the right amount of cannabinoid doses. Check out the variety of potent Delta 9 gushers, Delta 8 chocolate malt balls, space rings, and nerd-like candy clusters. Smilin has also unveiled a new line of functional and euphoric mushrooms that provide powerful and pure solutions to nurture the body and elevate the mind. Stay tuned for the biggest launch of the year, Mushroom Life. Go to smilandwellness.com, SMILYN wellness.com.
Hemp-derived cannabinoids, such as Delta 8 and others, are once again under threat in the Texas legislature. But Hometown Hero, a supporter of the Texas Hemp Show, is leading the fight to keep these products legal and available for adults 21 and older in the Lone Star State. Based in Austin, Hometown Hero is known for its specialty hemp-derived products, which have garnered recognition from High Times magazine and have earned over 3,000 five-star reviews and counting. With their gummies, cereal bars, sour belts, and more, Hometown Hero offers new and novel experiences while donating to nonprofits helping U.S. veterans in need. If you're curious to try premium hemp products from the people leading the fight for hemp in Texas, you can get a 20% discount on all Hometown Hero products by using code THR20 at hometownherocbd.com. That's code THR20 at hometownherocbd.com.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong, and you're listening to the Texas Hemp Show.
Texas lawmakers are in session this year to improve or alter laws on cannabis and hemp products. So stay tuned this legislative season with the Texas Hemp Show, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on ESPN 102.7. Or download the Texas Hemp Show wherever podcasts are available. The Texas Hemp Show is the official podcast for the Texas Hemp Reporter magazine. The Texas Hemp Show is sponsored by CBD Pros, your cannabis experts. That's the Texas Hemp Show, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on ESPN Austin. Now, back to the show with your host, Russell Dowden.
All right, welcome back to the Texas Hemp Show. This is episode number 122 this week here on the program. Thanks for your patience, guys, as we pay some bills here. And thanks to our new listening audience there at ESPN 1027 here in ESPN Austin. And hello, everybody out there in Weed and Whiskey TV if you're watching as well. Our guest here this segment of the program, again, Paul Trowe with the Herban Bud brand of products. Rachel, I'll let you jump in here and ask a couple here for Paul.
Okay, sure. Hi, Paul. I'm curious about your business model. Are you online? Do you have a brick and mortar store? Or are you doing a mix of the two?
So great question. So 99% of our revenue comes from B2B. We sell directly to CBD stores and to vape shops across the state of Texas. And we just actually launched our Florida office. So we're starting to sell into Florida as well.
Oh, wow.
We
That's
do have a
cool.
website. It's herbanbud.com. It's HERBANBUD.com. In the ticker, it has 2 Ds there. It's actually only 1.
My bad.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you're good. You're good.
So why Florida? What's the kind of idea behind going into Florida?
Texas and Florida are about 75% of the sales for the minor cannabinoids, just because the laws are not as strict as they are in other states. There's no recreational, marijuana program in Texas or Florida, and our products do really, really well in those states because the person can't get the products that they're seeking legally.
Nice. So, do you have a brick and mortar location in Austin to sell
We don't.
retail? Okay,
Nope.
so you're B2B strictly, pretty much.
Strictly B2B, with the exception of the website, which is B2C. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So, you're getting a lot of good e-commerce revenue.
We do okay with e-commerce, but like I said, it's 1% of our sales.
Okay.
Most of the sales are really from us going door to door to these CBD stores and vape shops and telling them why our products are better than everything else on the shelf.
Nice. And what are some of the things you tell them about what sets your brand apart?
I'll tell you, it's really disappointing, but 99% of the products on the shelf that you'll find in CBD stores or in vape shops don't have what they say they have on the package. Like I was in one of our distributors and they had a 2-gram disposable THCP vape. And THCP, if you're not familiar, it's about 33 times stronger than Delta 9 THC. So it's really, really, really strong. And in one of our previous products, Euphoria, we put 3% THCP. That was last summer, and it was the strongest vape on the market. And we just came out with a new vape that's 10% THCP. And we don't even bill it as a THCP vape. We just bill it as our blends line of products, BLENDZ. So we have an HHC base, THCP, and Delta 11, which is also called 11-hydroxy THC. But I looked at the lab reports from this THCP disposable vape on the shelf, and it literally had 1% THCP and 99% Delta 8. And it was just an example of how there's no regulation in this industry, and people can lie and say whatever they want on the packaging. And chances are most of the products that they sell are Delta 8 because it's the cheapest cannabinoid on the market at like $250 for a kilo.
Paul, let me ask you, man. I wanted to jump in here. What have you learned? You spoke about Florida and getting over into that market, and you talked about Texas. What have you learned about the strict policies here in the Lone Star State? How has that shaped your experience in the cannabis space? With the regulatory side of things we have here in Texas.
You need to save your packaging because outside of Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, renegade cops are going to want to try and arrest people for what they think is marijuana when it's in fact hemp. And nobody can tell the difference unless you run into a lab report because they look, smell, taste, and smoke the same. So that's the biggest thing, that we tell our store managers and owners and, for them to pass on to their consumers is save the packaging, especially with our new THCA flower. THCA flower, just so in case you didn't know, it's essentially marijuana because when you light a THCA joint, the THCA decarbs or converts into Delta 9 THC. So, in the field, like when we're growing flower, like either indoors or outdoors or in a greenhouse, we're growing THCA flower. It only converts to Delta 9 with, photosynthesis from the sun or from the heat from the high pressure sodium lamps, etc. So, it's basically a precursor to Delta 9. And I've been looking for high THCA flower that tests under 0.3 Delta 9 THC for 3 years. Finally, the genetics came out in August, and we got our first crop in November, and
Nice.
we've been killing it. Yeah, 90. I mean, it took over our sales.
So what? So is your THCA smokable products your biggest mover now?
It is. Yeah. So we have pre-rolls, flower, and the diamonds that you tested at
I did, and I was very scared to do it. I was not very intimidated.
You should be.
I'm a light smoker nowadays. You know, they give it because I say, you know, I smoked cannabis for 25 years, and then now that I've gotten older, Paul, I can't take the heavier stuff anymore. I gotta watch.
You're a lightweight.
I'm a lightweight now.
Yeah, no, I'm 51. I'm a lightweight.
Yeah. But I am a lightweight now, and my staff jokes with me, and you know, and I might go a Delta 8 something after a couple of beers at the happy hour or something, but no, it's just I just can't do it. It's funny how your body changes, but.
And the flower has changed a lot,
yes.
And the products have gotten way more potent.
Much higher THC in the flower.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been a big supporter of this plant, you know, my entire media career. For 30 years in radio and publishing, and now I'm finally publishing something on cannabis, and I can't, I have to watch what I take on that because I'm just a wussy on that now. But the products are so good now. We've got so many great things that are coming out, and it's a victory for, fans of this plant. Are you excited about our legislative session right now, Paul? Are you optimistic or pessimistic about the Texas 88th legislature?
I'm actually optimistic. I don't think any laws are going to change. I think there's way too much economy of scale going on with the CBD and the hemp-derived cannabinoids industry in the state of Texas, and they'd be losing a lot. They'd be losing billions in tax revenue. So
yeah,
I actually don't think it's going anywhere. I think Senator Perry, who's the one who's wanting to kill all isomers of Delta 9, which includes Delta 8 and HHC, THC, all the minors, basically. It's overreaching, in my opinion, and it's not what the people of Texas want.
No, it's clearly not. And the voters, the University of Houston Cougars, there was a recent poll. 70% of Texans want better medical cannabis laws in the state of Texas. Powers resides with senior leadership in our Senate with our lieutenant governor and
I'm ready for this legislative session to be over just so we know where we stand.
Well, hopefully
with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll learn more about the medical side in a few weeks. Many bills have gone into committee. We talked about some of these bills a few weeks ago with Jesse Williams that was on the show. I'd like to maybe get some of my colleagues at the Hemp Coalition that have been active down there to jump in here. Maybe Lisa Pittman or Alyssa Nolan to chime in on the show. But where can folks learn more about your products, Paul? What's your favorite product? Your diamond product is very popular around the city of Austin.
It's one of the most popular products. Absolutely. Urbanbud.com is the easiest way. If you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get 15% off your whole first order. And then we're also doing a giveaway like for 420 with the diamonds. If you buy a box or 1 gram of our THCA diamonds, if you find the golden spoon, you get $500 in store credit from either us or the store where you bought it from. So there's literally 1 golden spoon in all of those little boxes of diamonds that we've sent out from the first of April.
So this is like the Willy Wonka promotion.
It is. It's a golden ticket contest. It's exactly
That's
what
fun.
It is.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Well, I didn't want to let you go before I also mentioned you've got a really cool offer in the magazine. Right here it says new wholesale customers get 10% off your entire first order. You get a wholesale starter kit. So if you're a store or a retailer and you want to try, you get the offer he's got going on. Paul has is you get the 10 diamonds, you get the 10 pre-rolls and the 10 THCA jars of flour.
All THCA, exactly.
It's all THC, and the ad is here on page 31. My camera went all yonkers on me that had the overhead shot of this, but you've got a great special on there, and that's 10% off if you're a retailer and you want to try these products. But give them a call. I think it's 512-970-0097 if they want to call, or maybe they can email you. What's an email address if some of these retailers that watch the show, Paul, want to hit you up for that wholesale starter kit?
They can hit me up at paul@urbanbud.com, HERBANBUD.com, or sales@urbanbud.com. That'll go my sales manager either way.
Cool. Well, we definitely want to get the phone to ring over there. You've got your first ad that you just ran with us here in the magazine, just started running here this week with us. That goes out to about 600 or 700 retailers here in Texas, throughout Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, and Austin. So any final thoughts, shout outs before we part with you, my friend, this week here on the podcast?
If people are looking for a marijuana-like experience, if they're really looking for the real thing, they need to buy THCA pre-rolls or flower or diamonds, because it doesn't get any closer.
Try those diamonds. They are very popular. I know that the younger kids really like these, and I found out hanging out with everybody at Vape in Hutto for my own eyes and ears and tastes as well. Very cool products. Check them out, urbanbud.com. Paul, thank you for being a part of the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me, you guys. Really, really impressed. I appreciate you and everything you're doing.
Hey, thank you, man. We appreciate your support, and we wish you the best out there in Florida.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. There you go. Stay tuned, guys. Podcast 122 of the Texas Hemp Show. We'll be right back after this.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
The Texas Hemp Show is brought to you by your friends at CBD Pros USA, your cannabis experts. Right now, you can save 50% off any one product if you mention the Texas Hemp Show. That's right, 50% off anything on the online store menu. Nano Tincture, watermelon gummies, our Brio Drift moisturizing cream, any single item, 50% off. That's CBD Pros. CBD is present in more significant quantities in hemp than marijuana. And because it's non-psychoactive, CBD is widely regarded as the cannabinoid with the most health potential by researchers. If you'd like to learn more about CBD and our products at CBD Pros, you can read our education page and browse some of our products to learn more. Visit CBDProsUSA.com. That's CBDProsUSA.com.
Big Sky Scientific is offering Texas a Big Sky discount on all full spectrum distillate and isolate CBD oils. Does your CBD supplier actually produce their own CBD, or do they simply outsource from other wholesalers within the industry? We're offering store owners in Texas and retailers our CBD CBG Isomax, CBN Isomax, and our broad spectrum super premium extract. All of Big Sky Scientific products are over 95% CBD with minor cannabinoids present at 1%. CBN, CBG, CBN, CBT, and THC levels below 1%. Call Big Sky Sci for more info on our CBD extraction services and high-quality CBD oils. Big Sky distributes to the world's largest CBD manufacturers and is ready to distribute and work with Texas farmers today. Call Big Sky Sci at 406-578-4900. That's 406-578-4900. Big Sky Scientific.
Smilin' Wellness is a proud sponsor of the Texas Hemp Show and has earned a reputation for creating future-minded CBD and Delta innovations. From broad-spectrum CBD to a wide variety of recreational products, Smilin' offers the best experience while matching the needs of consumers across the board. Are you a fan of edibles? The Smilin' connection of in-demand hemp-derived goodies are bursting with flavor, fun to consume, drive long-lasting results, and provide just the right amount of cannabinoid doses. Check out the variety of potent Delta 9 gushers, Delta 8 chocolate malt balls, space rings, and nerd-like candy clusters. Smilin' has also unveiled a new line of functional and euphoric mushrooms that provide powerful and pure solutions to nurture the body and elevate the mind. Stay tuned for the biggest launch of the year, Mushroom Life. Go to smilinwellness.com, SMILYN wellness.com.
Hemp-derived cannabinoids such as Delta-8 and others are once again under threat in the Texas legislature. But Hometown Hero, a supporter of the Texas Hemp Show, is leading the fight to keep these products legal and available for adults 21 and older in the Lone Star State. Based in Austin, Hometown Hero is known for its specialty hemp-derived products, which have garnered recognition from High Times magazine and have earned over 3,000 five-star reviews and counting. With their gummies, cereal bars, sour belts, and more, Hometown Hero offers new and novel experiences while donating to nonprofits helping U.S. veterans in need. If you're curious to try premium hemp products from the people leading the fight for hemp in Texas, you can get a 20% discount on all Hometown Hero products by using code THR20 at hometownherocbd.com. That's code THR20 at hometownherocbd.com.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong, and you're listening to the Texas Hemp Show.
Texas lawmakers are in session this year to improve or alter laws on cannabis and hemp products. So stay tuned this legislative season with the Texas Hemp Show, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on ESPN 102.7. Or download the Texas Hemp Show wherever podcasts are available. The Texas Hemp Show is the official podcast for the Texas Hemp Reporter magazine. The Texas Hemp Show is sponsored by CBD Pros, your cannabis experts. That's the Texas Hemp Show, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on ESPN Austin. Now, back to the show with your host, Russell Dowden.
All right, welcome back to the Texas Hemp Show, podcast number 122 this week. Russell Dowden here, your host, publisher and editor for the Texas Hemp Reporter magazine. We currently have our new issue is out. That's the spring, I guess it's our May edition of the Texas Hemp Reporter just dropped out this week. And so it's starting to hit, they just delivered into San Antonio this afternoon and Houston as well today as well. So Houston and San Antonio are both getting them. But the magazine is out. I want to shout out to a couple of new sponsors of the show. Smile and Wellness Products is a new sponsor of the program, as well as our friends in Dallas at the Dallas area, CBD Pros. They have a great line of retail stores all across Oklahoma, Texas-based company, but they've been expanding out all throughout the state of Texas, as well as even into Oklahoma and Kansas. CBD Pros. Special shout out to Big Sky Scientific is another sponsor from Montana. They do isolate. You can buy their distillate and isolate products from Texas. So if you're a retailer like Paul, you could actually order a bulk order of their isolate. They're also marketing with us to target the farmers and growers if they want to take and have their processing done with Big Sky Scientific. So that's very interesting too, because you can take your high quality plant and process that up there with them, and they have a big factory up in Montana, so they got a really big operation. Thanks to them for sponsoring. And then this week we got sponsored by Hometown Hero, which is a popular brand throughout Texas, and those guys are excited to be a part of the new show as well. So show's growing. This is good. So thank you to Carl, thank you to Rachel, all the work there we're all doing to keep this show going. Let's turn to our next guest. Let's say hi to our friend Lisa down in Spring, Texas with Hemplication. Lisa joining us here on the program. Lisa Hilton, how you doing, Lisa?
Thanks for having me.
Right on. Well, good to have you on the program. I understand you've got an event coming up for 420 that you are going to tell us a little bit about. You're a testimony to this plant yourself.
Yes, I was the toughest person that I have to explain that this is really medicine and not a drug. I was that person. I come from a family with my dad was a cop, and I did unfortunately have some siblings who had drug addiction. So I wanted nothing to do with drugs. It wasn't until on my 40th birthday, I had a stroke. It's my whole left side. It happened. I was in the best shape of my life. I was actually at the Texas State Championships bodybuilding and fitness competition, and my stroke happened on stage.
Whoa.
So
Oh my goodness.
it made NPC news. Obviously I wasn't taking any steroids. Mom, actually, she had graduated. She went to St. Ed's there in Austin. And so she moved to Denver, Colorado after that and got into the industry. So she was the one who told me about CBD. And of course, I tried the isolate first because I was afraid of THC. But when I went up there, much as I could about it, I found some universities up there. And during their grow transition, they went to work in Oregon and California. And that's how I actually went and got more education in California. So because I do have some brain damage still. I do have aphasia. And so I have to stay on the education. That's why I have so many certifications. Some I don't even use. I've studied oncology and worked for U.S. Oncology. It's now Texas Oncology. But so I did have the background of oncology. I had procedures, medications, all kinds of things. And so it kind of fell hand in hand. And so I am now a cannabis practitioner. And I specialize in oncology, and I help other people going through really dark times, just finding a more natural way because we stopped cold turkey and went against my doctor's orders for me. Because the medications, I had about 25 medications on my nightstand. And just to be completely transparent, I'm very honest about this, but I had about 25 medications on my nightstand. And just to be completely transparent, I'm very honest about this, but I had a suicide attempt, and my mom took all my meds and flushed them and said, nope. Took me to South Dakota. We saw a shaman, and then we went to Colorado. And here we are today.
Wow.
Well, you just, so I read some of your story online. I thought that, this is great to have you on here and talk about this, because this plant's changed your life path and given you a new perspective. And now you're talk about these degrees. You've got certificates, I guess, in cannabis from both Colorado and California. So,
yes.
That's big time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. When I first came back here, because I had opened my shop in March of 2018. And so when I came back with all these certifications and everything from Colorado, I was like, yeah, I have this education. Is that a thing? I'm like, very much so. Because I had to learn all the laws for all the states. I had to learn from growing, and I have no intention of growing. My kids have a farm. And so I just wanted to know the whole mess on the medical side. Because I can't smoke. With the brain damage that I have, even if I were to attempt to smoke, it just blocks me out. And a lot of other cancer patients and stroke patients that have brain damage, that tends to happen the same way. And just having a long-term effect rather than a short-term effect is super beneficial for survivors.
Well, look, we're going to take a quick commercial break on this little segment here, and then we'll come back. That's a short break, and then we'll come back more with Lisa from Hemplication. It's the Texas Hemp Show podcast. We'll be right back after this, guys.
Hey, this is Cheech Marin, and you're listening to the Texas Hemp Show.
The Texas Hemp Show is brought to you by your friends at CBD Pros USA, your cannabis experts. Right now, you can save 50% off any one product if you mention the Texas Hemp Show. That's right, 50% off anything on the online store menu. Nano Tincture, watermelon gummies, our Brio Drift moisturizing cream, any single item, 50% off. That's CBD Pros. CBD is present in more significant quantities in in hemp than marijuana. And because it's non-psychoactive, CBD is widely regarded as the cannabinoid with the most health potential by researchers. If you'd like to learn more about CBD and our products at CBD Pros, you can read our education page and browse some of our products to learn more. Visit CBDProsUSA.com. That's CBDProsUSA.com.
Big Sky Scientific is offering Texas a Big Sky discount on all full spectrum distillate and isolate CBD oils. Does your CBD supplier actually produce their own CBD, or do they simply outsource from other wholesalers within the industry? We are offering store owners in Texas and retailers our CBD CBG Isomax, CBN Isomax, and our broad spectrum super premium extract. All of Big Sky Scientific products are over 95% CBD with minor cannabinoids present at 1%. CBN, CBG, CBN, CBT, and THC levels below 1%. Call Big Sky Sci for more info on our CBD extraction services and high-quality CBD oils. Big Sky distributes to the world's largest CBD manufacturers and is ready to distribute and work with Texas farmers today. Call Big Sky Sci at 406-578-4900. That's 406-578-4900. Big Sky Scientific.
Smilin' Wellness is a proud sponsor of the Texas Hemp Show and has earned a reputation for creating future-minded CBD and Delta innovations. From broad-spectrum CBD to a wide variety of recreational products, Smilin' offers the best experience while matching the needs of consumers across the board. Are you a fan of edibles? The Smilin' connection of in-demand hemp-derived goodies are bursting with flavor, fun to consume, drive long-lasting results, and provide just the right amount of cannabinoid doses. Check out the variety of potent Delta 9 gushers, Delta 8 chocolate malt balls, space rings, and nerd-like candy clusters. Smilin' has also unveiled a new line of functional and euphoric mushrooms that provide powerful and pure solutions to nurture the body and elevate the mind. Stay tuned for the biggest launch of the year, Mushroom Life. Go to smilinwellness.com, SMILYN wellness.com.
Hemp-derived cannabinoids such as Delta 8 and others are once again under threat in the Texas legislature. But Hometown Hero, a supporter of the Texas Hemp Show, is leading the fight to keep these products legal and available for adults 21 and older in the Lone Star State. Based in Austin, Hometown Hero is known for its specialty hemp-derived products, which have garnered recognition from High Times magazine and have earned over 3,000 five-star reviews and counting. With their gummies, cereal bars, sour belts, and more, Hometown Hero offers new and novel experiences while donating to nonprofits helping U.S. veterans in need. If you're curious to try premium hemp products from the people leading the fight for hemp in Texas, you can get a 20% discount on all Hometown Hero products by using code THR20 at hometownherocbd.com. That's code THR20 at hometownherocbd.com.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong, and you're listening to the Texas Hemp Show.
Texas lawmakers are in session this year to improve or alter laws on cannabis and hemp products. So stay tuned this legislative season with the Texas Hemp Show, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on ESPN 102.7. Or download the Texas Hemp Show wherever podcasts are available. The Texas Hemp Show is the official podcast for the Texas Hemp Reporter magazine. The Texas Hemp Show is sponsored by CBD Pros, your cannabis experts. That's the Texas Hemp Show, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on ESPN Austin. Now, back to the show with your host, Russell Dowden.
To the other side.
I gotta-
Come on, to the other side.
All right, welcome back to the Texas Hemp Show. This is podcast 122 as we continue our conversation here with Lisa from Hemplication. And Lisa's website is hemplication.com, and we'll let her tell us a little bit about her products. We got a little bit of background on her and her story. Cannabis kind of changed her path, and so we'll let her tell us a little bit about the retail store, the website, and then you've got an event coming up. Tell us about the store and how folks can come see you out there in spring, Lisa.
Yeah, so I am in historic Old Town Spring. I'm right on the corner of Main Street and Preston. I have 1,400 square feet of greatness. So during COVID, I almost lost my businesses. I am an artist as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't always, but I did art therapy and music therapy after the stroke to regain the use of my left hand and arm. It helped with my psyche, saved my life too. That and all things cannabis. Yeah, so I opened the store and I wound up having to close my art studio. So I brought everything in one place. So I have my spa, which I was the first CBD spa in the greater Houston area. Super excited about that. When I opened up TDLR, they came and did my inspection. They took pictures with me and everything, said I was the first of the kind. So I was pretty stoked. So yeah, I have my hemp dispensary area, and I've got art everywhere. It's my own personal art gallery here. And then I have a bunch of sassy, crazy, fun gifts. So, and then I'm expanding my bakery. So I am a cannabis chef as well. And so I teach infusion classes. I do event dinners here, and just teach people how to cook medicine where it's not all the sugar stuff. So actually other foods. And that way they also know what's in their products. So we can do all of that here.
That's cool. And you could do do you do facial stuff? And there's I've seen that where you had.
Yeah, so the picture you used on the thing was actually Pooja Lodia. That's who that was, and she came in and spent the day with me and did a whole thing on Channel 13. And so yeah, I started there because I've been an esthetician, an oncology esthetician, for going on 14 years now. And so I started with that. I love helping people get their skin back to health after any kind of trauma. So oncology, obviously, all the medication treatments and stuff like that takes a toll on us inside and out. And just all over feeling human again after something like that is what I try to give back to these people that I put my hands on.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I love your story. And you just make it sound so enticing. Like I want to come visit your store /spa/bakery. But I'm curious, what have you learned from being in health and wellness and the cannabis space so far, navigating the choppy waters of Texas cannabis and state regulation? Are you excited about the legislative session? Not excited? Can you just kind of talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I am. I'm being that my kids have a small hemp farm, I'm stay hopeful, and, in all things, I just remain hopeful because that's the energy that I want. And if you live that way, you're going to bring that, so I'm just hopeful. I don't want to say anything negative.
Yeah, for sure.
Praying that things get better for Texas.
Yeah. And you being someone who kind of had that, taboo kind of feeling towards cannabis, what would your advice be to someone who has the same reservations about hemp?
So I'm very honest, and I tell people every day I share my story with people. And just my honesty, I think they love it because somebody finally understands. Like when you go through something like this, even your caretakers who are there day in, day out, they think they see and know everything you're going through. But unless you've gone through it, you really don't.
Yeah.
So I've learned that sharing my experiences and being honest with people kind of helps them feel more relaxed and trusting towards me. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Lisa, can you tell us about your event that you have coming up for 420?
Yes!
I guess tell us a little bit about what you got planned for next Thursday.
So next Thursday is my 5-year anniversary. I've been in business for 5 years.
Congrats.
That's awesome. Congrats.
So thank you. So I've invited several Texas hemp companies. We have some people coming from Austin, from Dallas, some other places. I've got artists, local artists, and then I'm going to be cooking it up. And we're going to open the Canna Lounge in the back. I do have a lounge back there, and we'll have food and prizes and games, and it's going to be a great time. So it's a 3-day event. So it is 420, 421, and 422.
Yeah.
So it's from 10 to 7, and anybody's welcome. The more the merrier. We'll be going all day.
Yes,
Nice.
it's the Hemplication 5th annual. I'm looking at the print ad you have in the magazine right here, but it's your 5th annual 420 blowout celebration. She's going to have her artists, vendors, there's music, raffle, infused baked goods. It sounds like something we would all definitely want to check out. So I'm encourage my Houston and East Texas area listeners to check you out there the 20th through the 22nd all weekend.
Yeah.
And then
it is benefiting the American Cancer Society Relay for Life.
okay.
I'm on a team, so I try and raise money every time I have an event. My first 3 years in business, I supported St. Jude weekly. And when I moved here, I decided to join my sister-in-law's team for Relay for Life. And I've been raising money for them ever since. So they'll be here on site as well. And they'll have raffle tickets, and all of the vendor fees and everything is going straight to them. So yeah.
Well, fantastic. Come down there, support her. Check her out down there, 26411 Preston Avenue, Old Town Spring, Texas. Hemplication.com is her website. You guys go out there and check her out. Happy 5th anniversary to you and your wonderful, heartwarming story, Lisa. We support what you're doing, and you keep up the good work, and keep blessing people with your hands there with Hemplication. It's good stuff that you're doing.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. I enjoyed this.
Well, thank you for being a part of the show. There she goes. Good stuff from Lisa. She's got a great story. You know, she's got 5 years in. We're only 3 years into this business that we've got, and I think it really speaks when you get to the 4-year, the 5-year.
Yeah.
You know, when you get 5 years into something, you're doing something really good.
Yeah.
And
She's doing a lot too.
What else? I guess our next big event we're going to have is going to be down there with J Hart CBD. So we're going to be down there. Oh, by the way, the canopy tent thing came in the other day.
Oh, yay.
So, yeah, we're starting to play with that. We've got to build that thing out. So the tent will be there. And the tent was designed by the same people that designed the car. So the tent matches the car.
Oh,
anyway, It's going to be super cool. We have a big event at J Hart CBD from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. on April 420 next Thursday in Cedar Park. So here in Central Texas, if you want to come by, we got prizes, food, live music. Somebody's grilling over there, and it ain't me. So I'm glad it's not me doing the cooking at the.
I'm gonna come hungry.
But come hungry and come be entertained out there. There's going to be some live music and some great products on sale at J Hart CBD next week. So,
oh my gosh, it's already here.
Yeah, so that's where we'll be. We'll be on location with that show. So exciting there. But I'm Russell. She's Rachel. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.